With weed, you're aware that you are fucking up the conversation,
Yes.
and that creates this inner spiral.
Exactly.
So that sucks too if you don't know how to like talk when you're stoned. It's an
Right.
acquired skill.
And it's not always accurate. Even if you think you have that skill, like sometimes like, oh my God, what have I done?
Oh my God, no. Yeah, your mouth.
Can't even hear myself. Listen to my fucking nonsense coming out of my... Can't form sentences, struggle to hold thoughts.
That stutter.
I like it like an hour after weed. Like when weed kicks in, and then you're like, ah. And then when that sort of dies off after like an hour, then you have some interesting thoughts.
Yes. Yeah. Stephen Kotler told me that's your amygdala, like something about...
Flow state.
Flow state. I love that dude. But
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Something about when you get stoned initially, it activates your amygdala. And so the first hour, I think he said 30 minutes, is where you're in the most danger of going into the weed paranoia. Weed paranoia is when cortisol is getting like blasted out of your amygdala and it produces those thoughts like, fuck, man, I didn't pay my rent. I got to do this. I forgot to do that. I got to call that guy back. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why don't I call people back? So those things start activating. And the way to keep the feedback loop going is to get fixated on them. Because it's if you just let the cortisol get out of your body, and the way he put it is just like suggest to that part of yourself, I'll take care of that in a few hours. And then so that you're not like, oh my God, and repeating the loop, extracting more cortisol, amplifying the paranoia. Now you're paranoid, so you're now more freaked out, and then you last the whole high. So that hour you're talking about is when the cortisol is like, I guess, out of your body. Now you just got that nice, glowy, mellow, sweet feeling.
Yeah.
That everyone who first imbibes is shocked because it's like, wait a minute, I don't want to wear tie-dye right now. I'm thinking about like building a bomb shelter. What the fuck?
You know what the problem is? Like so many people don't know that they don't smoke weed.
Yeah.
And they think weed just makes you stupid, which is what I thought.
Me too.
And they don't understand that it does some weird thing to your brain that pops thoughts in there that probably wouldn't have gotten there on their own.
No.
And I think that's real. And people say, oh, no, it's just your inhibitions. And, oh, no, it's like that's the alcohol excuse, too. Your inhibitions go away and you think more freely. And maybe with alcohol. With weed, there's something else going on. There's something else going on.
Exopheromones, baby. They are talking to the vegetable kingdom.
Yeah.
It's like communicating with you.
Yes, that's what it is, right? It's
Yeah.
like a life form. Because alcohol is like this chemical that has a reaction. We make it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole distilling process and making like whiskey.
Yeah.
But weed is just coming right out of the mother.
Yeah.
Right out of the mother. And when you take that into your body, especially when you eat it,
Ooh.
it's like, woo.
That's my
Whoa.
favorite way right there. I like eating it more than I
Whoa.
like smoking it, but I take small amounts of it.
Eating it is a totally different fucking thing. And you got to think like, how much of human creativity is that thing responsible for?
Oh my God.
How many people thought up a way to get away from the invading tribes because they were eating hash and coming up with strategies to defend their village?
Right. Yeah. And
Coming up with inventions.
and also kicking around the idea of like how much human creativity didn't happen because of the prohibition. Like how many cool things don't exist because that was removed as an avenue to the whatever.
And still is. That's what the most maddening thing is. Despite all the evidence and despite all the other things that are legal that are terrible for you, that we don't fight about at all, including prescription drugs, legal that are terrible for you, and the things that are not terrible for you at all, and people report profound experiences that have completely changed the way they view life.
Yeah.
Those are illegal.
Yeah.
And still, it's like, who's saying they're illegal? Like, who are you? Like, who is responsible for gatekeeping some of the most powerful things that human beings have ever experienced that come and grow naturally out of the ground like mushrooms? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like, who are these people that are our age Because we're fully grown up now,
Yeah.
you and I. We're like parents and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who the fuck are these people that don't even have experiences in these things, gatekeeping this thing? It's like someone who can't do magic that's gatekeeping the crystal ball. Like, no one gets to use this.